Hello students, I am here to teach you economics for class 12th. We have already started our fourth chapter, that is measurement of national income, in which we had discussed about the first method of measuring national income, that is value added method. Now student, let us take an question of value added method. Here is the question. Calculate the value added by firm A and B when in this table. Here are the some points which are given regarding question. Here is the particulars and rupees in crore is given. First one is domestic sales by firm A, that is 4,000. Exports by firm A, that is 1,000. Purchase by firm A, 200. Sales by firm B, 2,940. Purchase by firm B, 1,300. Now let us calculate. Here is the solution. Student, we know that value added equals to value of output minus intermediate consumption. As we know that we have to calculate first value added by firm A, that is equals to value of output minus intermediate consumption, but value of output equals to domestic sales plus exports, because in the question sales and export is given. That's why we had taken value of output as domestic sale plus export minus intermediate consumption. Intermediate consumption is the purchase by firm A. Now let us put the value. By putting the value, we get value added by firm A equals to 4,000, that is domestic sale, plus 1,000, that is export, minus purchase by firm A, that is 200. So after evaluating, we will get value added by firm A equals to 4,800 crore. Now student, let us calculate value added by firm B. We will take same formula, value of output minus intermediate consumption. Here value of output, we will take sales by firm B, and intermediate consumption purchase by firm B. So sales by firm B is 2,940 and purchase by firm B is 1,300. So value added by firm B equals to 2,940 minus 1,300. So value added by firm equals to 1,640 crore. Now student, let us discuss our second topic, that is income method. First we will take definition. Income received by all the residents of a country for rendering their productive services. Productive services means factor income, are added up to obtain national income. In other words, we can say that all the income that accrue to the factors of production by way of wages, profit, rent, interest, etc. are summed up to obtain the national income. So this is the definition of the national income. So student, under income method, income received by all the residents of a country for their productive services during a year are added up to obtain the national income. So let us take formula for it. In income method, we will calculate what? Domestic income. And domestic income is known as NDPFC, that is net domestic product at factor cost. And domestic income can be calculated by first compensation to employees plus rent and royalty plus interest plus profit plus mixed income. Let us discuss these components of domestic income, or components of income method in detail. Here are the components of factor income. First one is compensation to employees, that is denoted by COE. COE refers to amount paid to employees by employer for rendering their productive services. Means it includes all the payments and benefits which the employees receives directly or indirectly from the employer. So compensation of employees consists of three elements: wages and salary in cash, wages and salary in kind, and employers' contribution to the social security schemes. Here is the chart which shows the components of compensation of employee. First one is wages and salary in cash, wages and salary in kind, and employees' contribution to social security scheme. Student wages and salary in cash means it includes all monetary benefits like wages, salaries, bonus, dearness allowance, commission, etc. Wages and salary in kind includes all non-monetary benefits like rent, free home, free car, free medical and educational facilities, etc. And input value of these benefits should be included in national income. Employers' contribution to social security scheme includes contribution made by employers for the social security of employees. For example, contribution to provident fund, gratuity, labor welfare fund, etc. The aim of such contribution is to ensure safety and security of life of the employees. Now let us discuss second component, that is operating surplus. Operating surplus refers to sum total of income from property and income from entrepreneurship. Operating surplus includes two things. First one is income from property, second one is income from entrepreneurship. Income from property includes rent plus royalty plus interest, and income from entrepreneurship is profit of any enterprise. So rent and royalty is the part of national income which arises from ownership of land and building. Interest refers to amount received for lending funds to production unit. Profit is the reward to the enterprise for his contribution to the production of goods and services. So students, profit includes corporate tax, retained earning and dividend. Let us discuss our next topic, that is mixed income. It is the income generated by own account workers like farmers, barbers, etc. Means they are working for themselves, they are self-employed, and unique corporated enterprises like retail traders, small shopkeeper and etc. These are also included in national income. Here is the steps to calculate national income from income method. In first step, we have to identify and classify the production units. In second step, we have to estimate the factor income paid by each sector. In third step, we have to calculate domestic income, that is NDPFC. In fourth step, we have to estimate NFIA to arrive at national income. Means we will add NFIA to domestic income, that is NDPFC plus NFIA. So here is the steps. First, we have to add compensation of employees plus rent and royalty plus interest plus profit plus mixed income. After adding these, we will get domestic income, that is NDPFC. After adding NFIA to domestic income, that is NDPFC, we will get national income. So student, I think it is very clear to you all about the steps to calculate national income. First, we have to identify and classify the production. Second, we have to estimate the factor income paid by each sector. Third, we have to calculate domestic income from NDPFC. and after adding NFIA we will arrive to national income. Then here is the formula. We have to add compensation of employees, rent and royalty, plus interest, plus profit, plus mixed income, with the help of which we will get domestic income. After adding NFIA to NDPFC, we will get national income. Okay student, that much is for today's video. I'll come with next video with the next topic. Thank you student. Have a nice day.